Namaste. We just wanted to share a really refreshing and cool recipe with you. We know that it's summer in many parts of the world, and this is a really cooling drink that you can try. In case you're wondering what drink I'm talking about, well, it's none other than the famous lassi. I know many of you may have already tried a plain lassi. Some of you may have tried a mango lassi, which is quite popular here in Finland. And I'm sure many of you have even tried making it at home. But there are different kinds of lassis available all over India, especially in Punjab, that are not so well known but that are equally tasty and refreshing. So today, let's learn how to make a saffron lassi. Sounds intriguing, doesn't it? But I guarantee you the flavors work, and in many parts of Punjab and northern India, it is a popular lassi that's drunk especially during summer months. So let's learn how to make the saffron lassi. So now let me walk you through the ingredients that you will need to make your saffron lassi. And in case you're wondering, we do plant-based recipes, and so this is a dairy-free lassi that we'd like to show you. You will need about 2 cups of plant-based yogurt. So I am using oat yogurt here. You will need a sweetener of choice. So you can use maple syrup. Of course, traditionally it's white sugar that's used, but we prefer using something a bit healthier. I've even made this with frozen bananas, so I think that's the healthiest you can get with lassi. So we're using maple syrup today. Let me walk you through some of the nuts that we'll be using to garnish this wonderful lassi. So we have some pistachios, or pista as is commonly known in India. These have a very nice flavor and texture, and of course a beautiful color. And then we're using some crushed almonds as well. You can just roughly chop them. And we have some saffron. So saffron is probably the most important ingredient that we'll be using today. So I'll be teaching you how to use this saffron soaked in a bit of milk. So we're using oat milk, so some kind of plant-based milk, and we'll show you how to extract the maximum color and taste from the saffron. And something to flavor. Of course, Indian food cannot be Indian food without some kind of spice. So of course there's a misunderstanding that all spice has to be hot. We're using a delicate, nutty and earthy spice, which is cardamom powder. So I have cardamom powder here. I'll be using about 1/4 teaspoon. And of course, to chill things a bit, it is meant to be a drink for summer and of course any time. So I have a few ice cubes here that are ready. So let me walk you through this easy recipe. So as I told you, we've got to extract the color and the flavor from the saffron. So I have about 8 to 10 strands of saffron. So it's in my hand. So I'm just going to immerse it into, say, about a little less than 100 ml of milk here. What we need to do is to heat this up a bit so that the milk gets lukewarm. So we'll do that, and as soon as that happens, you'll start seeing the color coming out. So we'll let it infuse for a while. So let's begin that. I'm just using the microwave for time. So let's get started. So I have put the saffron in milk, and we've just warmed it in the microwave and let it sit for a few minutes. And as you can see, the milk is slowly turning yellow. I just want to tell you that use saffron by all means, but don't put too much. So we're not looking for an intense yellow color, but we're using this more for the taste. Okay, so we've got our saffron infusion ready. Feel free to mix it around as well to extract as much taste as you can and color. So let's get started. So I have my yogurt. We're using a really thick yogurt, so there's a reason why we're using this particular kind of yogurt. Of course, you can use any kind of plant-based yogurt that you're used to, but we use a Greek style yogurt which is quite thick, and it's really good. It's really good for the lassi. It makes it so creamy. So I'm putting in about 1 cup of yogurt in, so this will be enough for one person, but of course if you follow our recipe it serves 2. So we've got our yogurt and it's time to put in our sweetener. So of course sweeten as per your choice, so we don't give you firm recommendations on how much sweetener to use. So I'll just put enough, so that's my estimate. Of course, you know, traditional lassis are quite sweet, so if you have a sweet tooth, by all means go ahead and use the sweetener as you prefer. And we have our cardamom powder. So again, like the saffron, not a lot, but just to kind of give that rich flavor. So the flavor we're looking for, in case you're wondering, is a typical flavor for most Indian sweets. So it's this traditional combination of saffron and cardamom powder with any kind of sweet that gives it its richness. So we're aiming for that kind of a lassi today. So about 1/4 a teaspoon just for taste. And now let's add in some ice cubes. So I have a few here. And that should keep it cold. And I always like to add a pinch of salt to any dessert I'm making. So that goes for the lassis too. So just a pinch. You do not need to taste the salt at all. So just a pinch for good measure. And the only thing left now to do is to add our saffron infusion. You remember, it's a bit warm, so you can cool it down if you like, but we have ice cubes, so that's fine. So there goes the saffron milk, and we're making a saffron lassi. So now is the time to hit blend. So we're just going to blend this in our mixer. Okay, and it's time for the most waited bit, which is to taste first. Okay, you don't want to serve something without tasting it. I think I like it. So not too sweet, but it's refreshing and it has just enough tang from the yogurt as well. So let me show you how to serve it. It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple. So we just pour it out in our glasses. Oh, I can see the strands of saffron peeking out and this delicate yellow color, which is just so soothing to look at. We're not done yet. So as you drink the lassi, traditionally you want to chew on something as well. We like that. We like these different textures. So we're just going to garnish this with some chopped pistachios, you remember, that I had told you about. So it's not just for garnishing, but it's obviously to give you a new texture to work with as well. And we're going to use some chopped almonds as well. Then you not only have something refreshing, but you have something that's very nutritious as well. So it's almost like a saffron smoothie. So this is the Saffron Lassi, and I'd like to show it to you. So my Kesar Lassi is ready, and I'm just dying to taste. So let me tell you what I feel, not biased. Well, the flavors work so well. Just reminds me of most of the Indian sweets I've eaten, you know, the Malai sweets, and it just feels so rich. So this recipe was done in collaboration with the Embassy of India to Finland and Estonia, and we're doing a series with them called the Regional Cuisines of India, and our stop was Punjab. I want to encourage all of you to subscribe to our channel. We are on Instagram, we are on Facebook as well. You can find the links below. And of course, we'd like you to check out the Embassy Facebook page as well. We'll add a link to that below. Please do follow them as well, and support us on this journey of bringing plant-based delights from India, from our kitchen to yours. Namaste and Sat Sri Akal.